Finally. Wow. That was obnoxious. Hey there, hi there, ho there. I've been trying to go live for 30 minutes, so here we are. Fourth time's the charm, I guess. So welcome everyone. I mean, if you gave up and took off, I totally get it. So last week we went through my Blu-ray collection, which, sorry for the water bottle. We'll take you on a little journey. Here, come on a journey with me. So y'all helped me do this. So this is, I don't think I even showed you guys this shelf. This shelf already was what it was. That's the Halloween shelf. Y'all helped me organize and alphabetize these movies and then these movies and also these movies. So now we're going to go through, because if you notice, like this bottom shelf is no bueno. These, my Scream tapes, and then also that situation there. So we're going to do that right now. Okie dokie. Oh, let me do my obligatory, if you are watching this video and liking this video and commenting on this video, please subscribe to this channel. And we'll also do the new obligatory, I watch myself live so I can share the link. So bear with me for about 7 seconds while I hold up this. I'm gonna hold this up while you guys share. Copy link. See? Yes. Ba-da-ba. Ba-da-ba. Now you can look at the back. Look at the back of this. This is new to the collection. This actually I got from my friend Blockbuster's Videos as a birthday gift. Here we go. I posted on Instagram saying like, I'm going live, and that link is dead. So y'all are in that. Y'all are in my picture. And okay, here we go. I don't know if this is gonna be as successful as last time because I mean the VHS collection is smaller than the Blu-ray collection, but for some reason I think my OCD wants it to look bigger. Does that make sense? Like I'm almost more particular about what the tapes are gonna look like. Oh wow, so many chins in that picture. Whatever. It is what it is. So, okay, let's do this now. Oh, you know what? We did this last time. I was like, I don't know if you guys should. Again, this mess is not how it's supposed to be, but it's how it is. Already. So we're gonna do alphabetical order as well, right? We did alphabetical order for the Blu-rays, and I love it. I'm wondering. Oh, okay. Idea. What if these two shelves were VHS, and then just how I showed you the Blu-rays are actually stacked on one of the shelves? What if I used the bottom shelf and I stacked the DVDs? Because my problem that we talked about last week is that these are not the shelves I wanted. They're just the shelves I got. So, I keep checking the chat. I also don't know how to get the chat to show up when I repost this, so I'll also be reading any of the chat things. Oh. And we're live. Garcia's here now. Hi, Garcia. That's the Garcia that got the shout out in my last video. And then, of course, I gave him a shout out to a movie reaction, and he's never seen that movie, so that was stupid. So whatever, sorry, but okay. So we're gonna do alphabetical order with the tape situation. I think makes sense, right? Oh, you know what? Some of these tapes we are hiding. because that's a gift for someone. This one's a gift for someone, and they don't need to see. So, okay, let me see. Not for you, Garcia. I'm not giving you any tapes. All right. Oh yeah, we did this last time. We actually go through them all. I inherited most of my mother's VHS collection. Bam, she had over 1,000. I'm sorry that your mother passed, but over 1,000 tapes. My God. My mom was the opposite. And welcome back, Entertainment Hell. I loved chatting with you last time too. Mine was the opposite. She was like, I have these tapes of yours that you left because I moved out when I was like 18. And she's like, do you want them? And I was like, no. Stupid. So those are trash. And then I'm pretty sure she just took the whole VHS unit that existed and tossed it. And I'm pretty sure my my childhood videos were in there. She didn't even like look through. She just said garbage. So she was a piece of work. Now is a piece of work. My mother's. I wonder if I can get. Hi. I'm going to try to lower this. That makes it go not lower. I think this is what it is. Love Alphabet. Yes. Okay. So we're doing VHS tapes today. I was just saying, Scott, that I think I'm going to do VHS, DVD on the bottom. So we'll save DVD for like next week or something. I think we'll do DVDs next week. And I may or may not get to, because at some point we have to go through all my merch. But I've got this binder that I'm going to put all of my like autographed things in. So that's going to be a day as well. I was wanting to do it tonight, but this live didn't start on time. Okay. Now we've got, okay, let's start this, you guys. Let me take the things off the shelves and then we're going to go through and we'll alphabetize and then we'll put them back on the shelves. Also tried hooking up my microphone and it wouldn't let me. So today has just been filled with, I am Jurassic Park with no slipcover. That's cool. Technical difficulties for days. How is everyone? How are you all? Okay. As I break them, right? Oh my gosh, I forgot that I have this. Okay, and Scream, you can come with me too. Every tape. How about when we did the, I'm going to pull this closer. This laptop is just sitting on a bunch of gifts, those Christmas gifts. When we did the Blu-rays last time, I was so pumped. Everything fit perfectly. And then I looked down and realized my Jaws Blu-rays were sitting down here because Jaws used to have its own shelf. And I was like, shit. So I managed to squeeze those in there. Actually, for anyone that's jumping on right now, this is what y'all helped me do. Halloween was here last time. Y'all helped me do that and that and that. The games have just existed there, so we're going to see what happens with the games. Those might go in the closet, and this might turn to DVDs. I don't know what's going to happen exactly. And then we're going to do VHS, DVD, I think. Okay, cool. Mother didn't like Scream, but Entertainment Hell says, my mother didn't like Scream, but she bought all 3 of the films on VHS and never watched the sequels. Wait, all 3 of the films on VHS, meaning 1, 2, and 3, or meaning she had every copy, like she had all 3 versions of 1, 2, 3. I think there's 4 versions actually of the original VHS. It was the 3 character photos, right? It was Drew, Courtney, and Nev, and then there was the cast photo. Am I correct? I'm just making that up. All right. Last time I did this, and I got to like Texas Chainsaw during the Blu-rays. I went T, and my friend thought I was saying like TEA. No, the letter T. So we've got Poltergeist. P. Ooh. Forgot that I've got. I'll show you all this because it's not going to be a part of this collection. It's still wrapped in plastic. It's something I'm probably going to give to you guys at some point in a giveaway. I will say, if you haven't gone to the giveaway video yet, the link is in the description down below. Please do that because I'm giving away a 4K and a bunch of stuff, but eventually my giveaways are going to be like these custom-made tapes. You can see through the bubble wrap situation that this is like really sexy. It's actually Bob. So it's Bob from Halloween under the sheet. Well, you know, it's not Bob. So, okay. We said P, poltergeist. We got phantoms. So also P. Anyone else hate this cover, by the way? Can't stand it. So if anyone has, I do love the back though. I love this shot right here. If anyone knows where I can get the like OG looking cover, the cover that is like this, but on tape, let me know, because I'm a stickler for cover art, box art, and this ain't it. But P, we've got Valentine. This is it. When it comes to being like a cover, that's it. So V, this is going to be part of a giveaway, so that can go away. Yeah, I got pile of merch here. I've got extra Blu-ray. I've just got so many things. Oh my gosh, I've got more DVDs here. I forgot that I got this today. This is, don't get distracted, James. My Bloody Valentine, which I got from Scott Rooney. I don't know if he's going to jump on at any point. Oh, I'm sorry, missing comments. Mother didn't like Scream. I'm sorry, I already saw that. Same with me with Halloween Ends. Hates the movie except the last 10 minutes. But you have to have the movie to complete the collection. Yeah, you have to. Well, I don't. So maybe not, because I really hated Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends. I will revisit them eventually, and maybe my mind will change, but they don't have any reason to exist, in my opinion. Like, I would not own Halloween Resurrection because that movie doesn't exist to me, but it's in the Shout Factory Blu-ray box, and when you get it, when you get the, I mean, I got them separately. No, I got the box set. I'm sorry, that's a lie. 6, H2O, and Resurrection all come in this 4K thing. So if it wasn't in a preset box, again, I wouldn't own Resurrection. Halloween was the like one of the franchises that like got me into horror. So it breaks my heart that I really don't like the latest entries. But let's see. The only thing about Halloween Ends that really makes me mad is that they didn't fix the racism and homophobia of Halloween Kills by putting in real Black and gay characters who don't die. Among the many things that those movies did wrong, I mean, we can say I feel like there was more diversity in the last couple of movies than in most of the previous films, but they always do seem to do it stereotypically. Like that's the vibe. Oh, to Scott, not James. Gotcha. Denise Richards was awesome Valentine. Yes, she was. Like Halloween Kills. Yes, the Lindsay Chase scene in Halloween Kills is the only reason that I would probably revisit that movie. There was no story in Halloween Kills. Thank you. Halloween Ends is full to the spillover point with story. R.I.P. Ben Tramer, Halloween 2. You will be missed. But yes, I agree with everything you're saying. Kills has no story and it's just kills, which sounds great, right? But I guess you need something to propel the movie forward, and having a bunch of unlikable characters run around and chase the wrong guy for half the movie, just there was no reason, again, for the movie to exist. And then you got Ends, which I thought the first half of Ends was fine. I like a story. Please give me characters that I can root for. But then the sewer scene, and then the movie just did this and nosedived, and it's 2.5 miles under the ocean. Okay, so Jaws the Revenge. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Loomis totally killed Ben Tramer. That cannot be a controversial opinion. Oh, yeah, no, he did. He, like, got him killed. And then left. And then he left the scene. He was like, I murdered someone. It's my fault that he's dead, but, like, I gotta go. And then that one cop, I'm pretty sure one cop is there, and he's just like, oh, the one who actually killed him. So that guy's traumatized. Like, that's the story we need. We need the story of what happened after that. That guy goes on a rampage. Jaws Revenge. Oh, we have all the Jaws movies. We've got, where I see 3 of them. Where's my actual Jaws? Oh, is it still in the other room? No, I don't think so. It's probably in here somewhere. I took the slip Jaws to the beach because I took some pictures, which, did I post that yet? No. So you'll see that soon on Instagram. Jaws the Revenge, Jaws 3, Jaws 2. I brought this slip to California because I was going to Universal and took some photos there and then left the slip at a friend's. And I'm in Connecticut, so California is far. I'm sorry, making sure I'm catching up on the chat. Again, for anyone that just jumped in, we are organizing VHS tapes. Okay, so J, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S. Oh, I'm sorry. We've got Scream 3. We've got one of my favorite covers of all time, Scream 2. It's just so gorgeous. The back is even. She stuns. We've got Scream. Back in the day, I had the Courtney cover, and I was so mad because I didn't like it. I wanted this cover, and now I wouldn't kill or die for it. It exists, and I could get it if I wanted to, but I'm like bummed again that I had it. I had these movies for free and told my mom to throw them away. If you guys see posters and DVDs, VHS and stuff that you like, let me know so I'll talk about it more. Not horror. A lot of these will not be horror. Maybe half of them won't be horror. My favorite holiday movie of all time is It's a Wonderful Life. This is a staple, and it happens every year. I own this, which is the colorized version, but I refuse to ever watch this movie in color. I only ever watch it in black and white. It's in here in my Blu-ray collection. And it's like 2 discs, and it has the black and white, and it's also got the color, and I only ever watched the black and white version. Even looking at this, I can't, and I won't. That is a black and white movie, period. So, but that's gonna go, gosh, I just love this movie. Zuzu's Petals. My mouth's bleeding, Bert. My mouth's bleeding. I think I have a second copy here too somewhere. We'll get to it. I've found that my new favorite place to get these tapes is Goodwill. Went thrifting with my sister a couple days ago and was blown away by you know what? I think I might have shown you guys last time. Maybe not. But the tapes are $1.99 each. Like any tape I find, $1.99. If I find a DVD, it's $1.99 or it's $2.99. Like, what are you talking about? I'll show you this. In case we didn't talk about it last time because I don't remember. But this is one of the movies I got. And this movie goes for like $30. eBay, anywhere. Do you see that says $2.99? It says $2.99. Return to Oz. The Return to Oz. I want this on tape. That is a requirement. And eventually I want to do like an epic modern trailer for that movie, but I'm a little behind. Sorry. Let's catch up on the chat. Ben Tramer's still dead. Yeah, I actually had the uncut Scream on VHS. See, I knew there was an uncut version, and people like are 50-50 with saying it exists or not. There are certain scenes I know are extended, like the guts falling out of Steve in the beginning. When Stu is inviting the girls to the party, he does like a weird thing at the end, and it's extended in the uncut version. Because I had that one too. Still have the tape somewhere. See, yeah, I got rid of it. The same way, no color, black and white. Thank you. Christmas movies always bum me out. Mostly, yeah, I like the holiday. You know, it's cool. I work in retail, so it's actually tremendously stressful. So I'm like, I'll watch Scrooged. That's a staple every holiday season. I will watch, I'm leaning forward. I will watch It's a Wonderful Life. That's a staple. And then I try to get in like one claymation movie. Like I'll try to get in, oh my gosh, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, or mostly it's going to be The Year Without a Santa Claus. I'll try to sneak one of those in. Okay. What are y'all favorite holiday movies? Dudley Moore, Santa Claus movie is the most messed up. Santa just out of the blue realizes, all sad like, that homeless children exist in the 1980s amid an epidemic of families sunk into poverty. Oh gosh. I like the Audrey Hepburn thriller, Wait Until Dark. I might be missing some of these comments, but I've never heard of that one. But Santa realizing that homeless children exist. He's a little behind on the times. Yes, yes. Dylan says, yes, R.I.P. Ben Tramer, but let's not forget Tina. Like, daily. I quote that daily. Like, the boop-a-da, boop-a-da. Listen, let's not, don't get me started on how much I love Tina. I know that she gets all the hate, and the hate is wrong. So, okay, QRST. T. We've got Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Next Generation, which I learned to love, and I love that this VHS is actually it's just two covers. Like, it's a cover and a cover. I think I love this cover more. Christmas Vacation is my favorite. Zach says, hey, Zach! Oh, girl, Zach's here. Now it's a party. Okay, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Some of these movies I just had as filler. Like, I own them. They're not filler like I have them, but like I had them behind other movies so that I could do something like whatever. It's fine. So Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. Like, this is, I haven't watched this in 100 years. The Perfect Storm. P. This beaut though. OG Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Look at this cover. Chef's kiss. That's a chef's kiss right there. Tina's my fave. Almost final girl in Halloween 5. Yes. Hating Tina is like hating Fran Drescher for her voice. Yes. It's like who asked straight guys their opinion on anything? Sorry, straight guys. We appreciate some straights. We appreciate the straights. Prefer the Jessica Biel version over Texas Chainsaw. Okay, well, I appreciate them both. I love the original Texas Chainsaw, and I love the remake because I feel like the remake gave itself a reason to exist. It opens with them saying they found new evidence, and then it goes off in a different direction while not crapping on the original, and I did find it terrifying when I was younger. So I like the original for what it is and that remake for what it is. When the remake tries to just copy the original, there is no point in it existing. Or if it goes so far out and craps on the original, then it's like, why did you do this? There's a happy medium to be had. But yes, but when it comes to Tina, I'm getting into a Halloween 5 discussion. Ow. Thank you, Blockbuster Videos. So I have to hold it while I talk about Tina. So I love Tina, number one, in Halloween 5, because Jamie loves Tina. We're introduced to this character, and Jamie lights up. Now, you've already learned to love Jamie from the previous movie, so here's my rant. Because we love Jamie, and Jamie loves Tina, I loved Tina. Boom. Done. We know she's trustworthy. She's not trying to be the final girl. That's where the movie goes wrong, in my opinion, is obviously we all know that they shouldn't have killed Rachel. But by doing that, they immediately put all of the attention on Tina, and it needed to be that we still had attention elsewhere. We needed to keep the attention on Rachel so Tina could be the fun best friend that she was. By getting rid of Rachel, the fun best friend is now your protagonist. And I like her for that because she, again, is the person who's like, I don't want to do this. I want to go party. I want to go drink. I want to go to the barn. I want to go to the Tower Farm. Like, I want to go do those things. She gets caught up in this crap, too late. But her love of Jamie is apparent. And she is one of the few people, because I can't think at the top of my head, the few people to literally sacrifice themselves for another character in the Halloween franchise. And y'all have hate for her? No, thank you. When she's like dying and she's still telling Jamie, and she's like, run. Like, no, devastating. I think I cried the first time I saw it. Also because I was young and I had grown attached to Tina as being like, because, like, I grew up with an older sister as well. So, when you have the older sisters, friends kind of become your older sisters as well. That's the bond that I kind of had with Tina in the movie. So to see her go was actually traumatizing. Let's see. That's my rant. Mixed Nuts is a fun Christmas movie. Never heard of Mixed Nuts, Greg, as a movie. Tina just had a different kind of energy over Rachel. They're both fantastic. I would easily party with Tina. Yes, she was the party queen. She's never sensible if she can help it. She's the queen of room service. Like the amount of things that you can quote from that movie, from Tina specifically, it's ridiculous. But I understand that structurally for the story, it it forced people to have to follow that character in a way that they usually wouldn't. If she was in any of the other movies as that side character, I think she would not have been as hated. Really wanted Tina and the dog to live. Why does Michael hate dogs? Yeah, he be hating on the dogs, and that's not okay with me. I'd like to know how far the Tower Farm was since Jamie and Billy walked there. Yeah, it seems like it's pretty middle of nowhere. But they just took a stroll down the road. I think Mixed Nuts was Steve Martin and Barbara Streisand. Oh, okay. Well, tell me more about that movie then. Friday the 13th, Part 2. Yes. Yes. This is from Blockbuster Videos. It's so light. I feel like I know I also have the final chapter in here, and I feel like the final chapter the final chapter feels heavy. Oh no, I'm sorry, I don't have final chapter. I have 1 and 2. Why did I think I had the final chapter? Oh, because I'm a crazy person. It's so weird how some of the tapes are light and some of them are heavy. They're all 90 minutes. We have Friday the 13th and Friday the 13th Part 2. F. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Never saw it. I missed VHS. Well, if you missed VHS, here we are. So we're going to turn this shelf and this shelf into VHS, and I think the bottom into DVDs, but I want to alphabetize them first. In the beginning of this video, I showed you guys what you helped me with last time, which was the Blu-rays, and I'll do a recap at the end as well. House on Haunted Hill. I got this when I was in Vegas. I don't know why I went like this with it. When I was in Vegas, everyone was like, let's go do Vegas things. And a friend and I were like, no, we're going to go thrifting. Well, he was like, I'm going to go thrifting. And I was like, I'm going to go with you. And that was amazing. We found thrifting consignment-esque places in Vegas that were like literally incredible. One of them was like the size of two, I don't even know, like 2 grocery stores, but it was just thrifting and tapes and movies and things and furniture. And I think there was like a giant predator, like life size, like 7-foot predator. If Blockbuster, if you're on, please tell me. But House on Haunted Hill, I got that there. Final Destination 2, I got, I think, as well. So H. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Yes, I have to recite the alphabet to remember which order. Hello, Mary Lou. Prom Night 2. I just got notification that this post went up, I think, like last year today. I'm pretty sure last year today, my reaction to Hello, Mary Lou Prom Night 2 went up because something popped up on like Facebook. I don't go to Facebook, but it popped up and I was like, okay. I love this movie. I immediately, after watching that, bought it on DVD. It's right here. I also love this cover. Bought it on DVD because genuinely, I have a VCR, but it's hooked up in a room that is filled with more junk than this one because of the bathroom being redone. If you watch my videos, sorry. But eventually this room is going to get turned into the movie corner, you know, spooky merch. I bought a bunch of bins to reorganize today, and then I actually spent the whole day editing this weekend's reaction. So I did not get to clean, but Hello, Mary Lou, Prom Night 2. Hello, Mary Lou, Prom Night 2. Obsession. Obsession. H. When it comes to Hello, Mary Lou, I'll put it with P, actually, because I own Prom Night and I want to just do 1 and 2. So P. Let's see. I see Speed or Speed 2 Cruise Control. That was so good. Oh, you know what? Do I have both? On Blu-ray, I own both. Did I get them both on? Well, we'll get to them. We'll see if I have them. I definitely have the first one because that was actually, I got that in Vegas too, with Speed on VHS. I want Cruise Control on VHS if I can find it, if I don't already have it, because I was a ride or die Speed 2 fan. I tried revisiting it like a year or two ago, and it's bad. I couldn't get like more than halfway through, but like when I was a child, I loved it, and I was obsessed with Sandra Bullock. I'm trying to get some Sandra Bullock movies into my reactions. Like this holiday season, I think we're going to do Practical Magic. Um, Sandra Bullock crying is my kryptonite. So I just looked and I see it right there. It is Speed, just the first one. Yes. It's still in the plastic. I haven't even opened this tape. I might not. Thank you. Yes. Oh, what is a major guilty pleasure of yours? Doesn't have to be VHS era. Sandra Bullock hated Speed 2, but I love it. She did hate it. She absolutely hated Speed 2. Speed 2 would be a guilty pleasure. My Texas Chainsaw Massacre Next Generation is a guilty pleasure. See, I don't know if this counts as a guilty pleasure, but my go-to a lot of times is The Relic, which anyone that knows me knows I love The Relic. I have 2 copies of the book. I've got it on DVD, on Blu-ray, and on VHS. And we'll get to that one too. Poltergeist 3. That is a guilty pleasure. No one likes Poltergeist 3. I love Poltergeist 3. That was on repeat all the time when I was a kid. Sleeps in Seattle. I think, nope, I don't know if this was from my collection leftover, like movies I took before I told my mom to throw everything away, or if I don't know where these came from. Because my mom used to love these. You've Got Mail. Why? Why meaning the letter Y, not why do I have this? Wait. Can we just see the bad Photoshop art on the screen before a DVD case? It took 6 months for them to get. Oh my gosh. Wait, do I have? Yes, I was so annoyed because this, I have the slipcover. I hate when they put the stickers on. You can see how ruined that is, right? That's a sexy poster. And then we got this. Now this is it's still pretty bad. It's so bad. It doesn't make sense how the first movies so iconically had those cast photos, pictures, whatever. And I've seen like behind the scenes, I've seen images that look like character photos from 4, but they just weren't used. So I don't know why. But that can go right back there. I took the trilogy box set and I just took out the extra disc and put in 4. But I can't wait till like 7 comes out because hopefully they give us like a 7 movie collection. Let's see. Guilty pleasures are lifestyle movies, Melissa. Yeah. I know someone that literally just watches like 30 of those every single year, all the holiday ones. I enjoy Poltergeist 3, Chicago all the way. Relic had great chase sequences or chase scenes. Yes, it did. Relic, I thought, was very reminiscent, in my opinion, of Alien. How it doesn't show anything. There's very, very dark darks. It's just a lot of like we're talking about the thing. And then the thing does not actually show up until the end of the movie. Speaking of the thing, I have the thing. The thing. Also from Blockbuster Videos. T. Do I have a T yet? S. I do. I put Sleeps in Seattle on top of T. My gosh. Prom night. They watched Prom night, they'd save time. So we've got Prom night still in the plastic, just like Speed. I don't think I paid only $3 for it. I think I paid a lot more. So now we have Prom night 1 and 2 side by side. Jurassic Park. I just have this tape. I don't know what happened with that cover. I have seen the Goodwill had 1, 2, and 3 on VHS, and I didn't get them, and I think I will next time. Let me see. Poltergeist 3 is for me. Okay, it was the first Poltergeist I ever saw. It was big on Cinemax, and I saw it in 1993 when I was like 10. That sounds about right for me too. I would have been like 6 or 7, and I feel like Poltergeist 3, they're all PG, or I think Poltergeist 3 might be PG-13 actually. Yes, the first 2 are PG, and this one's PG-13. I think because there's like some dead bodies or something in it. They like rip off, Laura Flynn Boyle's face. So I remember being able to watch this because it's pretty tame. Like as a kid, it was not particularly scary. I just loved the practical effects. I was blown away by the practical effects of it all. And again, I love a relationship, but there's like a child and like the older sibling, or in this case, the older cousin, or you know, like our relationship with Tina we had in Halloween 5. But now, since we're talking about her, Poltergeist 3, this is also an incredible cover. I love this. I want this as a poster to put up somewhere, and I can't find it. Every poster is always, I don't have it because I have the Shout Factory is a different poster, but it's always her looking up at the building. It's never this. This is so beautiful. I don't own Poltergeist 2 on VHS, just 1 and 3. Da, 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 da. Okay, the 2 VHS tapes for Titanic. I still remember where the second tape begins. Me too. It ends. The first one ends right after you may just get your headlines, Mr. Ismay, because you had to take it out and put it in, and then you put it in, and it's sitting there, and they're quietly in the room, and I think Hockley's like this, right? And he walks over and slaps her in the face. We don't condone violence, but I don't know what it's like to watch that movie and not have to stop it in the middle. Because I remember getting it on like Blu-ray or something, and I want to say the Blu-ray makes you take it out. And I was like, what? What do you mean? The Man with Two Brains. I saw this when I was young, and I should not have, because it's like a dark comedy, but there are graphic things in here, and I don't know why my stepdad was like, you can watch this, but here we go. The Man. M. That's man. Would you do T for the or M for man? Put it on the side. Final Destination 2. Oh my gosh, the cover. I think this might be this and, well, no, you know what? Final Destination 1, 2, 3, and 5, I think I love all equally for different reasons, but like I can watch any of those at any given time. 4 doesn't exist. F. There. Evil Dead. The Evil Dead. Beautiful. With our handsome Ashley. Yes. I actually opened a lot of these as a birthday gift, and I edited the video to put on Instagram, and it's 4 minutes long. And I guess you can't do that on Instagram. So it'll go up here eventually. I'll just post it. My birthday was over a month ago, so I'm a little late to the party, but it's basically an unboxing of tapes. But Evil Dead. Thanks for having us join you. No problem. I love having you guys here. Because me sitting here doing this quietly by myself isn't fun, right? There was no PG-13 in 1982. Oh, so that's why. It was just PG and then R. Wow. 80s, man. Kane was scary enough to make it PG-13. Wait, was the second one PG-13? See, I thought Poltergeist 2 was PG-13. Maybe it was. You'll learn today. Poltergeist. You're right. It's PG-13. I'll just shut my mouth. Always figured the doesn't count. I always feel like it doesn't count either, but I think because this movie's not like familiar to me anymore, and I'm just like it. My boyfriend actually got me this. He doesn't even know, I don't think, that I used to watch this as a kid, but he got it for me because at one point he wanted to recreate the movie shelf in the movie Us. So Jordan Peele's movie Us, in the beginning, when she's sitting like watching the like Hands Across America, whatever it's called, there's a very distinct like movie shelf with like Chud or Chud 2, and it's got this and like some classics, and he was going to start getting me tapes to recreate that. And after this, and I think like one other that he got me, he stopped. Let me see. I'm sorry, but I have to say Final Destination 4 is, maybe I'll give it a try again. I hate like despicable characters. I'm a sucker for like, give me a character that is like nice or kind or has a positive relationship with somebody else. Like when you give me characters that are like jerks, they're assholes or douchebags, they're cheating on this person, they're like I don't those characters have to exist. But if the entire cast is made up of those characters mixed with like bad acting, I can't. I know that some of the deaths in that movie are fantastic. The opening, I think, is the weakest of all the films. But I know that like there's the Oh my gosh, what's it called? I have I pretty much I'm guaranteed I'm gonna have dementia. What's the escalator? The escalator scene. You guys, I literally words just leave my brain. I know it's not hoarder, horror, but do we all remember the orange VHS tapes from Nickelodeon movies? Yes, we do. Harriet the Spy, Rugrats movie, Harriet the Spy. Yes, yes. Um, I don't own any of those anymore. What a bummer, man. What a bummer. I gotta do better. I'm working on it. This collection used to be only made up of like the Ninja Turtles and Sleepless in Seattle's of the world. This Jurassic Park that has no cover, like it was nothing else. Then I was like, you know what? I'm done. I want these things. I'm gonna get them for myself. And it turned into the Alien series and then the Jaws movies. I got the Scream movies again because this collection did not exist. I didn't have any of these movies. I did still have Poltergeist and Poltergeist 3, I believe. So I'm pretty sure that those two are and were still mine that I had, I believe. And then virtually every other, and then This It's a Wonderful Life, like had this. Boogeyman had this. Almost everything other, I'm sorry, Titanic and The Patriot, I had those too. But most of these are new. Because I want to own them again. It's nostalgic and I love the covers. Again, I'm a sucker for a poster, for a cover. 50-50 on the jerk character thing. I usually just bite jerk character movies too, but if it's a smart movie, also Scream literally is, and everyone is a jerk character movie. Same with Heathers. Don't hate me, I haven't seen Heathers. I've seen lots of clips from it, but I haven't seen Heathers. I don't think everyone in Scream is a jerk. I feel like they all were very 90s. They were like 90s teens. They were like loud and rambunctious, but they were not, except for the fact that a couple of them were murderers, they were not despicable to one another. That's what, like, I remember people love the Texas Chainsaw 3D movie, and I find it so bland and cheap looking, besides the opening, because the opening was great. But then it's just like it's such a disregard for all of the previous material. They gave us all characters that are like, they're all cheating on each other and they pick up some hitchhiker who's trying to rob. Everyone was annoying. And I'm like, I don't want to sit through that. I don't want to sit through that. What was the other movie? I watched The Funhouse last year and the same thing. That's kind of how I feel about the My Bloody Valentine remake, where like everyone's awful. Yeah, the 3D Texas Chainsaw is too polished, but it also looks so cheap. It looks like they got someone who never watched a horror movie ever, and they were just like, "Do you wanna, like, make this movie?" And he was like, "I guess." And then they made the movie. There's no nuance, there's no anything. It's just like, walk downstairs, door open, killer jump out, pew. I don't know. I just don't find it entertaining. I know that people love it, and I'm glad that people love it because then we'll keep getting these movies, but I do not enjoy it. My Bloody Valentine remake is funny if you're watching it in 3D. That movie was intended for 3D. I agree, Zach. I feel like I would have enjoyed it more if I got to experience it in 3D. I've only ever seen it. You can still tell which moments are 3D, but it's different. Just like I actually really enjoy Jaws 3D. Jaws 3D. I have my Jaws shirt on. I enjoy Jaws if I'm watching it on Blu-ray because I have the 3D version. So I put my VR on, and in the VR, you can watch it in 3D, and it is phenomenal. It is so fun. Same with Friday the 13th 3D. I don't love part three. I like part three a lot more than I used to. It is definitely fun. But it wasn't until I put on the VR and experienced it in 3D that I was like, this is actually such a good time. Until then, I was like, I can't do it. Hi, James. How are you? Hi, Ryan. I'm great. Thank you. So we're going through DVDs. We're going through VHS tapes, and I'm distracting myself. Let's see. What else do we have? Never seen Heathers. It's insane. I know. I know I don't know how it ends. I just know of like the Winona like smoking after like something burns down. Maybe it's school. So I'll put that on the list. Maybe that'll be a reaction. I did Jawbreakers a couple months ago. Like I took, I went off the beaten path and it wasn't horror. Um, It got an okay reception, I think because I mainly do scary movies. It wasn't as well received, but Heather's, I would watch that. Titanic. We already talked about the 2 tapes. I waited at midnight. I made my mom wait with me at midnight. Not wait with me, bring me because I was a child to Blockbuster for them to open the doors at midnight to get the release of Titanic. I actually own 2, but one of them I'm trying to like sell on eBay, even though nobody wants it. So I'm just gonna bring it to Goodwill probably. T. Oh, did we? No, we already said that M. We said M for. We're gonna ignore the. It's just man with 2 brains. M. Boogeymen. Who else had Boogeymen? This was my introduction to a lot of the franchises. I still have not even seen, like, Puppet Master. I haven't seen any of those movies. Wishmaster, I've only seen the first one. Leprechaun, I've seen a few of them. Not even really. I think I've seen parts of the Leprechaun movies, and that's it. But I think my introduction to Leatherface and Pinhead were both this VHS tape. This is a compilation for the youngins who don't know. This was a compilation video of like best scenes from several different horror movies, like horror franchises that had come out up until like maybe the late 90s or like maybe 2000, 2001. It doesn't say. I think it was like 2000 or 2001 when this came out. I'm a Jaws Revenge whore. Yes, where's my Jaws Revenge? I already found it. I already put it in my J pile. That is a guilty pleasure. There is such a thing as so bad it's good, and I never questioned the how'd the shark even know that they went there? They flew. They had a conversation on the shore in a house about going to Florida, and then flew there or Bahamas. I'm sorry, not Florida, to the Bahamas, and then the shark met them there, got there as quickly as they did. Does it make sense? It is a blast. That movie is terrible. Sorry, my legs are starting to hurt. And that was from Zach. And Dylan says, what they did to Tom Atkins in the yes. Yes, justice for Tom, justice for Tom, justice for Tina. Okay, Dylan, you and I were on the same page with a lot of these things. I didn't like, I did a reaction to that movie a couple months ago. That was this year's reaction, wasn't it? I think it was. I did Valentine and I did the My Bloody Valentine remake. Those were my 2 February, like early February reactions. And again, I was like, I just don't like this movie. The only saving grace was Tom Atkins, and then watching what they did to his character. I can't. Wishmaster 2 is fun. I might check that out. I love Exorcist 2. I'm glad that someone does. I'm glad that you like Exorcist 2. I don't like Exorcist 2. Jawbreaker's fun, but it's not great. Heather's is a real classic, smart, important, blah, blah, blah. Oh, okay, so it's better than, okay. Someone remind me. I'll put Heather's on my list, and we'll do that at some point. The thing is, I'm like, my OCD, I'm big on themes. So when we get to certain parts of the year, I want to focus on like we did Stepfather 2 because it was Father's Day. We did, the Valentine and My Bloody Valentine remake because it was Valentine's Day. For May, we did a couple birthday movies. Did we do a Mother's Day movie? No, prom. We did prom themed, or I thought it was prom themed, but it was Night of the Creeps, which it was actually the college formal or social, whatever it was. Didn't finish my comment, which says, I love Exorcist 2 because of the what the fuck aspect. Oh, I'm sorry, I swear. It's also just so different from all the other. Oh, okay. I didn't see that part. I remember watching it, and you could tell that they were like, we'll go ham on the visuals. We're going to make this so freaking weird. And I think they got lost in that because there was not much horror. Although I remember the end being crazy and being like, I wish we had more of this. It's not that it's like a story that didn't need to be told. It just probably could have gone through a couple more like, iterations or something first. I'm in love with The Exorcist 3. Like, we could talk about Exorcist 3 for weeks. I love that movie. That's in my Blu-ray collection. You guys saw it last time. You saw it last week. Don't throw the shade. I'm not like it's I'm sure. No, the thing is, there are movies like Halloween Resurrection, for example. I think that's one of the worst movies ever made. But when people say they like it, I'm like, well, good. Like, if you don't like the movies, we're not going to get more sequels or spin-offs or whatever. We're not going to get other movies in these franchises or like these franchises if there aren't people who hate or love the movies that like I hate. Whatever. We need people to like these movies. I kind of want the 4K of Exorcist 3. I've never watched it fully all the way through. Not sure why. Zach, my God. What, wait. Ow. So I only learned this year that there are two completely different, I've been crouching and I could have just tilted the camera up. Two completely different versions of this movie, and I don't recall exactly which one was. Oh gosh. There is a character that in the version that I've always seen and loved and fell in love with, and it's the reason I now have the 4K, because like I wish the poster was different on the inside. I like when it's like the slip is one and the inside something else. But it's one, there's one character played by two people. And I guess the other version, the ending plays out different, many scenes play out differently, but there is no second actor playing this person. It's just one, if I'm remembering correctly. And I watched someone do a reaction and they were watching that version, and it wasn't good from what I saw. Like, I was watching their reaction to it, so I wasn't seeing full scenes play out, but it it was strange. That person, Alonda Parker, actually. So if you like movie reactions, I love her reactions. She's a blast. But she did Halloween, the whole Halloween franchise, because she was like, I got to catch up to, for Halloween ends and stuff. And when she got to Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers, wait, did she end up watching all of them? Did she get to kills and stuff? I think she did. When she got to Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers, turns out she was watching the producer's cut. So she didn't like it. And I'm a firm believer that the theatrical is the better version. All about the second version. So okay, let me see. So which version is which? She didn't watch the Rob Zombie movies. No, she skipped the Rob Zombie. She didn't do those. She skipped them to, my nose is like really itchy, to stay within the continuity, even though it doesn't exist because it's 17 different timelines. Can't remember if you've done reaction to Helen. Yes. If you haven't, you must. Nick Wheeler, welcome to the chat. Yes, I actually went over this tape last. Oh no, I'm sorry. I went over this tape because I got a notification on my phone that said like this post from July 3rd of last year, and it was this, which should mean, I believe, that my reaction to this is exactly 1 year old. I could be mistaken because I thought I was trying to watch it during prom season. But there is, if you type in Shut Up James Prom Night 2 or Shut Up James Hello Mary Lou, like it'll pop up, or go to my just movie reactions playlist. And it's this time last year. I think it's exactly a year ago. I love this movie. I watched it because I had rewatched Prom Night like the year prior. I was like, oh my God, I wish I did a reaction, because I didn't. I watched it just on my own. Loved it. And then everyone was like, you have to watch part 2. So I was like, you know what? Okay, cool. Prom themed, we'll do it. Love. Absolutely love. Mary Lou Maloney walked so Jennifer from Jennifer's Body Can Run. Yes, she did. Liked your reaction to None of the Demons. Thank you, Richard. My Halloween season, I am confusion, because I was gonna do Night of the Demons 2 this year, but I'm also trying to do Practical Magic, like I said, which technically I could do like September, right? I don't need to do October. But I also was gonna maybe do the Rob Zombie film 31, but I also am definitely, and these are the two that are definite, I'm doing Terrifier and Terrifier 2. I'm doing those this Halloween season. If nothing else, those two are happening. I was almost going to do it as a double feature, but I absolutely don't think I can sit through both of those movies in one weekend. I need to give like some space in between. But let me know if I should do Night of the Demons 2. I'll do a poll. We'll do some polls like we do. Let me see. That was a walk-run analogy I agree with. I can agree with, yes. Okay, actually recommend Lords of Salem over 31. I hated 31, that's why. I have heard that Lords of Salem is good. Is that Halloween themed as well? It's got Salem, so probably. Maybe I'll do that one instead then. 31 just because it takes place on Halloween, right? Here, let me organize a couple more movies because I keep not paying attention. Alien Resurrection. I love all the Alien movies, by the way. I know that people don't like Resurrection. They don't like 3. I do. I think we can agree that Aliens is incredible. Alien. That was the first collection I had gotten. Like once I decided to start getting tapes, I actually recommend. Okay, it's more September themed. Oh, okay, well then good. I can sneak that in early. In a theatrical cut of Exorcist 3, much of Brad Dourif's scenes in the cellar cut out, instead intertwined with Jason Miller returning as Father Karras. It cut between both of them. That's the version I've seen. So that is the version that I have seen and I love. The other version was literally just Jason Miller as Father Karras. And I guess there was no Brad Dourif. Am I correct? And I remember the scenes, or was it the opposite? It was all Brad Dourif and no Jason Miller. Jason Miller was actually going through, from what I understand, he had a drinking problem at the time and was like not able to like remember or say lines. It was all Brad Dourif. So originally it was all Brad Dourif. They couldn't get Jason Miller to like complete scenes properly. So eventually they were able to get him just enough to splice together the back and forth, which people said they were like didn't understand or something at the time. And I'm like, it was I was a child and it seemed pretty easy to me. Just like when people say they don't get Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers, and they're like, it just doesn't make sense. It's true. I'm like, it is kind of convoluted, but there's a lot of subtext to give you a lot of ideas about what's going on, better than the freaking ruins that they were like, let's put some stones on the floor. Anyway, Dante's Peak. This is a guilty pleasure. This is a ride or die for me. I love Dante's Peak. I hate when they freaking put, the rain outside. On my window. Stickers on the VHS tapes. Okay, A, B, C, D. I'm running out of space. Oh, C, Creepshow 2. Because I honestly, for some reason, watched this when I was younger more than the first. I think I've only ever seen the first movie like once all the way through, maybe twice, where this, because it's shorter or it's less segments or something, or this was just made available to me and I watched it all the time. Oh, Boogeyman. We already talked about this, but I'm running out of space. Now, A, B, C, D. Okay. Guilty pleasure. I think most of my collection is filled with guilty pleasures. So I Still Know What We Did Last Summer is iconic. This is so good. Brandy in this movie, stop it. Like literally, I still want a legacy sequel with just Brandy. Kill J-Lo Hugh in the beginning, and the rest of the movie follows Brandy and her family. That's all I want. That's all we deserve. Although we are getting a legacy sequel, I think, with these two. But supposedly, and this better not be true, is they were going to ignore this movie and act like it's one and then the new movie, and like this and 3 didn't happen. We all know that 3 didn't happen, but I. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Okay, I'm running out of space. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen this in forever. I forgot that I own it. I used to love this movie. R. Let me see. Looks like the chat's. Oh, there we go. Back in 2005, I got a bunch of VHS tapes from my late cousin, and most of them were sci-fi horror. And that's really what wet my palate. Yeah, I don't know how or why, because I remember like the first couple of movies I had watched were like Child's Play, Silver Bullet. I remember seeing when I was younger, and I haven't seen it since then. Like, but I'm younger, meaning like 5 years old. 5-year-old me being terrified of Silver Bullet because the kids that we were living with, because it was my mom and my stepdad and me and like their friends and their kids all in one house. It was just, grew up poor. So they would force me to watch things I didn't want to watch. And I remember Silver Bullet was one of them. There was a movie called, and I'm still desperately trying to find it and have it not be like $1,000. A movie called The Devil's Gift. And if you ever seen what is it? Monkey Shines? Is that what it's called? The Stephen King with the little monkey chime thing. It's that toy, but this movie's it's like a Final Destination precursor, where when you own this toy, you die, but it's like there's like a setup to your death. The toy will start to wind up, and then things will start to happen almost like Final Destination style. Like this will fall and this over here, and this person turns this corner and this is happening to lead up to when it chimes, that person dies. And I used to watch it all the time. I don't remember a single thing about it. It's probably trash, but I remember borrowing it and having it for like over a year. And this person was like, "Get my movie back." And I was like, "Fine." So I brought it back to them, and I wish I never had. Silver Bullet is so good. Really holds up. Monkey Shines wasn't Stephen King. Oh, sorry. But I don't know who it was. Somebody. Monkey Shines. Oh, wasn't it? Wait, wasn't it based on a short story of his? I could be wrong. I think I know. Should pick up years after the accident. That is the only thing that's canon, and get the glorious Sarah Michelle Gellar back. Wait, you mean like just have it be the accident is canon and then the rest of the movie didn't happen? I mean, if we can get Sarah Michelle Gellar to come back, I'm not against it. Just like just have like an end credits, like a prologue. Yeah, prologue scene of the new movie that shows that when she was all in ice at the end, she blinked. And she was like, "It's cold in here. Give me a jacket." Candyman. Beautiful. See. Patriot. Movie like 3 hours long. American Fable, directed by where's Roland Emmerich from? All I know is he directed like all of the disaster movies back in the day. But Mel Gibson crying. Also, possibly my kryptonite. P. Okay. So we haven't gotten to this. We did the Scream movies. We did Scream 1, 2, and 3. This is actually a custom tape. I had showed earlier one of the Halloween ones that I have. The artist's name, is the artist's name on here? Oh, no. Because I know the company is... I could be mistaken. Let me just... Man, I forgot. That's terrible. I've posted stuff about his art before. If you follow me on Instagram, then you will see posts with this, and I've tagged him in it. So I'm just, that's what I could look at. I could look for those. I'll hold this up while I just look for an older post, because this is beautiful. Oh my God, James. Mariano Matos. Maybe I'm saying it wrong. In case you want to follow, because the art is great. The thing is, I think I got this. He does the art, and I believe I got it from another company that like licensed the art to do the tapes. Maybe they're called Video Faves. Sounds familiar. Although someone told me some sketchy things about them, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's true or what's not, but I know that the art is made by the thing I just held up. Google says Michael Stewart wrote Monkey Shines. But is it based on a Stephen King short story? He could have written, because that person could have written the screenplay, but was it based on that? Or am I literally just making it up? Sounds like maybe that Sandman movie. I think we know. Silver Bullet. Oh, Children of the Corn was one of the earliest horror films I ever saw. I think Children of the Corn 4 might be the first one I ever saw, which is why I love it so much. and I made a modern trailer for that. Any movie I really love, I usually am making a modern trailer for. Like I had Phantoms a minute ago that we looked at, trailer. Children of the Corn 4, trailer. The Scream movies I haven't done yet because there are already some really great modern trailers for those. Valentine I want to do at some point. I still know I did last summer. I have a modern trailer I made. What else do we have that I've done? Friday the 13th, the first one, I did a modern trailer, which is one of my favorites. Jaws 2, I did a modern trailer. Eventually, I've done all the Poltergeist films, 1, 2, and 3 all have trailers. Eventually, I want to do Hello, Mary Lou, Prom Night 2, probably Prom Night 1 and 2. Things they're very time consuming because my OCD does not allow me to just be like, bam, bam, bam. Like if it's not perfect, so it used to be like every couple months. Now it's like once a year. Sorry. There she is. We talked about earlier. It's a Wonderful Life. So now I have these 2 copies, both colorized. Something's jingling in here. That's not good. Anyway, I'm not going to watch them anyway. I only watch it black and white. Best nightmare film in the franchise. Wes Craven's New Nightmare. Fight me. The others are great. I still haven't seen 5, and I still have not seen Freddy's Dead. We will watch them together on this channel at some point, but I've seen 1, 2, 3. Part 4 we watched together. I have a reaction. It's not a reaction. It's a commentary to this with my cousin also on this channel. It's one of my very first, I think it is my actual second movie reaction in the playlist. And it's me and my cousin. I was much skinnier. I had way more hair. She had never seen it before, so that is a blast. But New Nightmare. LMNN. Okay. What's the chat looking like? Yes, Dante's Peak is fantastic. Dante's Peak is very underrated. I know it came out the same year as Volcano. I think Dante's Peak did better, rightfully so, because Volcano was terrible. Never seen a Children of the Corn movie all the way through. Most of them are bad, Zach. Most of them are really bad. The first movie is terrible. So it's shocking that they actually have an entire franchise dedicated to these. That's definitely based on a short story by Stephen King. But the movie is tremendously bland. It is very boring. The characters are written terribly. There's narration in the beginning, but then the narration stops. It's just not good. There are definitely some quotable moments though, but overall it's not a good movie. The second movie is turns up the gore and the camp factor. So the second one I remember being fun. Never seen 3. 4 is my fave. 4 is I think one of my most recent trailers is the trailer that I made for part 4. It's got Naomi Watts. It's one of her first movies. Love. And the little girl from Dante's Peak, the little girl that's in Dante's Peak is in Children of the Corn 4. Michael wrote Monkey Shines 1983. I searched for Stephen King's name on the full Wikipedia page where Monkey Shines the movie, no dice. So the movie's adapted from Michael Stewart's 1983 story. Boom. Where did I get that from then? Sorry. Thank you, Entertainment Hell, for looking up all that. I don't know where I got that from. New Nightmare is definitely the best, though 3 is neck and neck. For me, 3 used to be right after New Nightmare. But then last year I watched 4. And well, no, you know what? Because 3 has Nancy still. And she 3 is so good, but it's a little less polished. 4 is so polished. It's made by an action movie director. It's so well cut and edited, and the soundtrack slaps. The scares are scary. The camp is camping. So I think 4 might have leveled up a smidge for me, because when I rewatch 3 now, I'm like, oh, it's pretty silly. But we can all agree that most of the movies in that franchise are stellar. Movies in the 80s love to do that random narration at the beginning. It never happens again. Yeah, Dirty Dancing did that too. I forgot. Well, in Children of the Corn, it's one of the kids is oh, well, back in the day but it's also being narrated over they're explaining something that's happening on the screen. So it's very sloppy writing. It's well, back in the day, in the long, long ago, when Daddy took us to get ice cream, and literally it's you're watching the dad with the kids go, And then they go get ice cream. And I'm like, okay. They could have had a whole opening because it's basically about a bunch, like a cult of children that takes over a town and eradicates all the adults. Imagine the opening scene basically is trying to show you like when the adults get, but it's very bland and boring. And I'm like, can you imagine if the opening scene, that opening scene could have been so phenomenal. I'm not going to get into it, but it could have been so great. Imagine the opening scene of like A Quiet Place 2, where everyone's just kind of like, da, 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 da. A Quiet Place 2 has nothing to do with Children of the Corn. But that like hometown, small town feel is drastically suddenly interrupted and it's absolute chaos. That's what they should have done, but they didn't. Disagree heavily. 1984 Nightmare is the best. Dream Warriors is the second best. Oh yeah, I'll fight you on that. Both these movies are so heavy on atmosphere. They are heavy on the atmosphere. They are heavy on the atmosphere for sure. You know what's also heavy on the atmosphere? The Relic. I love The Relic so much. We already talked about it. By comparison, New Nightmare is very good, but the film does not have the same stylistic chops of the 80s Nightmare movies. It's lacking, yes. It is lacking the creativity stylistically, like you said. Like the death in 3, oh my gosh, the practical effects in 4, it's ridiculous. So Nightmare is more about the story. I think I appreciate the meta-ness of it all. But anyway, The Relic, you guys. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q. Haven't had any R's. I haven't had any R's yet. That's weird. That abrupt ending always bothered me. Just to bland the end text and just walk away. Wait, what are your thoughts on When a Stranger Calls? So when you say, okay, When a Stranger Calls is from Zach. He's asking what my thoughts are on When a Stranger Calls, the original and the sequel. Nick, you're saying that abrupt ending, the end. Is that about New Nightmare? Because I feel like it's justified. Everything comes full circle. So I was not mad at how that movie ended. I have never seen When a Stranger Calls, the original or the sequel, just the remake, and that's trash. Of course, I'll settle something with that. Shocker's Wes Craven's most beautiful looking movie, but it's also in its worst. Oh, okay. See, because I haven't seen. Oh, Children of the Corn ending. Yeah. The whole movie is just bad. It's another one of those movies that's made by someone who's probably not familiar with the genre. Like we had talked about before, like Texas Chainsaw 3D and how it was just like made by someone who obviously does not care about horror movies or watch horror movies or anything. It's so weird. The same thing with Children of the Corn. It looks like it's maybe made by someone who liked to do romantic comedies, and they made Children of the Corn. I've never seen Shocker. I've seen parts of it, and I remember being very like, this is kind of not fun, so I'd always turn it off. I did last year, though, watch The People Under the Stairs, and that was phenomenal. Who else ever saw Ready to Rumble? Because this is one of my favorite movies of all time. Weird, because, like, again, most of this collection is not horror. I think you do a reaction to the OG Stranger Calls. It's different, and the TV sequel is known as one of the scariest TV films by so many people. Okay. Should I do When a Stranger Calls? 1 and 2? Double feature weekend? So when I did a couple weeks ago, Scream 6 and The Evil Dead, like a double feature weekend, I did them both. They both posted the same day. It was stressful to do, but I kind of loved that idea. So I'm thinking of more like double feature things. I have a plan to do something in August with a friend where we're going to do like 2 reactions, and then I'll post them as a double feature weekend. What are the other ones I had planned? I had stuff planned. Almost a Terrifier, but I'm not going to do Terrifier and Terrifier 2 at the same time. Anyway, Ready to Rumble, you guys. This movie, to me, this was kind of my humor. It's got Rose McGowan. It's got Oliver Platt. It's got David Arquette. It's got people. Let's see. Children of the Corn disappointed me every time I saw it till a couple years ago. About the same time, I rewatched and fell in love with Creepshow 2. I haven't seen Society, but I've seen The End because I watched a documentary called In Search of Darkness, and they just show you scenes. So I'm all set with that movie. Halloween 5, I've always loved. And Creepshow 2, I've always loved. But Children of the Corn has not grown on me. Never seen this movie. Bought it on a whim. Maybe we'll do a giveaway or something. Birthday Girl. B. Who doesn't love Twister? Ow, why am I? What's that? What is that? Does this mean something in the tape? I'm gonna put it right here. Let's put it right there. I'll put it back. I'll put it back in here. I still think that Twister holds up as one of the best action movies of all time. Again, because it has a decent story and the actors are great. Like, you care about these people. Also, Philip Seymour Hoffman, completely underrated in this movie. T. It's a lot more tension-filled, and the remake characters return from the OG to the sequel. Okay, I won't read anything else. I'm taking your word for it. When a Stranger Calls, 1 and 2 will happen on this channel. It's the anti-theft strip. Oh, thank you, Garcia. Anything tech, you're gonna thank you. If y'all watched my Pearl movie reaction in the beginning when I said Garcia, it's Christopher Garcia. There he is. I got this like last week. I love Identity. I love Identity. I think we all can agree that this movie is fantastic. A, B, C, D, E, blah, 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 I. Identity, I still did that summer. How the Grinch Stole Christmas. This is one of the ones I just kind of already owned. Okay. I think that this is the right way movies should go in, but apparently I'm wrong, because if you notice the title is this way. Feels wrong, but whatever. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I don't have any G. Oh, it's H. How the Grinch Stole. H. I got that. Okay. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. This is one I already had. Like, this has just been in my collection since I was a child. F. Sometimes They Come Back. Never seen it. What does it say? $7.95. I think it was $7.95 when I bought it. I found a game store not far, and they had like a whole tape collection, and I was like, oh, and I've heard that this is great. So I was like, I'm gonna get it. And there's some movies in this collection that are here to be given to you guys. So Garcia, he paid me 99 cents to give him a shout out, pretty much. Look at that. I forgot to mention I turned on super thanks. So thank you, Garcia. So if you are liking what we're doing here and you want more of this, and you want more giveaways, merch, movie reactions, whatever, use the thanks button, please. The super thanks chats. That's cool. But a lot of these things I want to give away to you guys. So I'm going to do more giveaways soon. If you do the super thanks button, I can do those for you. This is not going to any of you because I absolutely love The Mummy Returns. This movie, the CGI is so bad, but this movie is one of those sequels that completely like supercharges and elevates the material from the previous movie, in my opinion. Man with Two Braids. Mummy Returns. Let's see. Children of the Corn. It's the anti-theft strip. Thank you. And you love the OG movie poster. It's just classic. You'll probably add it to your VHS collection. That's for When a Stranger Calls. Do you guys hear the thunder outside? We watched Identity. Oh, I'm sorry. Watched Identity Psych 101. Still feel we should have deconstructed it. We watched. Oh, Identity in Psych 101. Okay, got you. Wow, the psychology of that movie is insane. Rest in power, Bill Paxton and Philip Seymour Hoffman. You're right. And Lois Smith, who plays Aunt Meg. Oh my gosh, I remember seeing her in the True Blood show and being like, that's Aunt Meg. Didn't even see the notification. We've been talking all day. Leon, how do you pronounce your name? So I can say, or just go by Leo. Leo, thank you. See, that's going to get us more giveaways and more reactions and more of these things. Let's tilt this down so you guys can see the collection a little more. Oh no, because then my face is gone. I guess my face isn't really important. I got to go. Julie, we got cows. Another cow. Okay. First Wives Club. I love this movie. This whole end scene is fantastic. I think I cried the first time I watched it. I'm such a baby. F. I can't wait to fill this collection with like more of the franchises and stuff, because for Halloween tapes, even on my Halloween shelf that I showed you guys earlier, since a lot of new people have just arrived, I'll show you again. Ow. This is the Halloween shelf. This is from a friend of mine named Niels, who lives in Germany. He printed that. It's fantastic. We've got the bobblehead, the Funko. We've got the Blu-ray, the 4Ks, a couple custom tapes, and then the actual Blockbuster Presents. And this is actually signed by Nancy Loomis, who plays Annie. And I had her write, "Guess he found a hot date." And then I own Halloween 5 now because thank you, Blockbuster Videos. But that's the thing is, where are the rest of my tapes? So I need to finish that collection. Working on Friday the 13th. Eventually, probably going to do a Nightmare on Elm Street, because those actually had, like, when you had them all lined up, it was one picture. Like, each one had a piece of a picture that was Freddy going like this with his gloves or something, I'm pretty sure. So that's going to have to be owned. Although this does not. Oh, this does fall in that category. That's him with his hat. So the rest of the movies, Jesus, so smart. But that'll happen eventually too. Let me see. Oh my gosh, did you mean to do that twice? I dated a Phil Hoffman. Oh my God. Nowhere near as talented. Oh, damn it. Bill Paxton starred in a meh horror film in 1992 called The Vagrant. Never heard of that. Leonardo. Thank you. It's Leonardo, and I go by Leo. But I try to be funny with my name, and I haven't changed Bottomsworth III, because I'm assuming, maybe that is your last name, but Leonardo. But I'm going to call you Leo. Zach, is the 4K collection of 6 to 8 worth it? Also, I can't remember if I ever asked, do you have a favorite alien abduction movie? Alien abductions, that's a subgenre I have not dipped into very much. So I'm going to have to say The Fourth Kind, because it's one of the few that I've actually seen. And I remember it actually making me exceptionally uncomfortable. I think that Milla Jovovich is a great underrated actress when she's given good material. And I remember her anxiety at the end of that movie had me actually very upset. So The Fourth Kind, as an alien abduction movie. Yes, I do believe I have 2 copies of it, actually. I do believe that the 4K box set is worth it. Number one, if you've got the Blu-ray collection, the Halloween movies, you're going to get great quality of these movies anyway, with 90% of the bonus features. But I was looking and noticed that these movies, the 4Ks, all have, even though it's not on the packaging, like it's not on here as like 4K only, there are a couple extra bonus features, predominantly commentaries. There are extra commentaries that are not in the Blu-ray collection. So when you get the Blu-ray collection, which is amazing from Shout Factory, for Halloween 6, for instance, there's only a commentary attached to the producer's cut. So you can listen to Daniel Farron's and I don't know who else, maybe it's like the cinematographer or something, talk about the producer's cut of the movie and how it still differs from the version that Daniel Farron's wrote anyway. Here, the theatrical cut has a version, and it's Daniel Farron's with Marion Hagen, who plays Kara. And who else is in there? There's someone else in there, I'm pretty sure. Oh my gosh. What am I'm forgetting. I feel so stupid. There's someone else in that commentary. And I was like, holy crap, there's a whole other commentary that's better on this. So yes, if you can get your hands, I don't give a damn about Resurrection. But for 6 and H2O, yes. But when it comes to all the 4Ks, they all seem to have one extra thing. Thank you very much for the super thanks, Leo. Again, keep up the great reactions, James. I'm at work. Oh my gosh, Rewatchers team. Okay, yes. What time is it? Where do you? Oh, I don't even know where you live. You might live in a place where the time is different, because here it's 9:30 at night. We'll wrap this up soon. You didn't have the Nightmare DVD box set? No, I don't have. I have the Nightmare films in like a Blu-ray pack, and I hate it because I hate box sets that are like you have to like open it and there's just like a bunch of discs inside. It's very impersonal. So I'm waiting for Shout Factory to give us a whole collection. Hey James, happy evening. That's to me. Thank you, Century Countess. Didn't have the box set. I didn't have the VHS collection either. I didn't watch a lot of the Nightmare movies when I was younger. I wasn't big into fantasy horror, so I leaned away from A Nightmare on Elm Street. I think that's why I gravitated so much toward New Nightmare, was because it was more of like a thriller than anything else, and then Freddy doesn't show up till the end, and it kind of turns into a slasher movie at that point. Labyrinth bonus disc. You never got to do the Labyrinth bonus disc. It's like a whole interactive game. It's so much fun. No. Oh, there's a whole bonus. Yeah. See, no, I didn't. I'm such a loser. Not a full-on game, but it's so cool. Okay. I've noticed that a lot of times they have done Melissa. So the next giveaway is sponsored by Melissa. Thank you very much. Let me see. So I'm excited for it. Decided to give away. Oh, is that what? Oh, you know what? Take that back, because you're not going to get this for me. I'm so sorry. If I can find another copy, then maybe we'll do that, because this is my most like cherished things. This, I have it on DVD separately. And then I have that collection that, again, I don't. Oh, here it is. Look at this. Look how pathetic this is. This franchise deserves better. This is all the movies. No, thank you. Okay. What's your ultimate VHS horror you'd like to add to your collection? That's a good question, because for a while it was My Bloody Valentine, and then Scott Rooney, who I don't see him in here right now, but I'm sure he'll jump in or he'll see this later. He gave me a copy of My Bloody Valentine. It was Evil Dead, but then Blockbusted Videos gave this to me for my birthday. You have a lot of people in my life have been very generous with the tapes that I've liked, also from Blockbusted Videos, or I've gotten the things for myself. Who said that question? That's a great question. Century Countess. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake came to mind as a tape I would like to own. No. I mentioned this earlier. How did I forget? Return to Oz. Return to Oz on VHS there's a certain cover that's like the artsy cover. That's what I want, because I have it on DVD. I got this at Goodwill. I showed you guys earlier, but I'm going to show you again. And this cover is just tragic. This is terrible, but I want to own this movie. Return to Oz on VHS. That would blow, in decent quality, would blow my mind. Love all, I can't talk. Love all your movie knowledge. It's 6:26. Oh, Palm Springs. Okay, 3 more hours to go. Pew, pew. I used to have the Labyrinth worked out on the iPad 12 years ago. The Labyrinth. Okay, I'll fight Melissa for that New Nightmare. Okay, so basically, that you guys doing your super chats, which again I appreciate you very much for, are going to sponsor a fight, a brawl between Leo and Melissa. So they're gonna duke it out for New Nightmare, and then the joke's on them, because I'll just give them both a copy. Robert Englund made a great Freddy, but did you see him as the Phantom in the horror version? No, when I only I forgot when I heard that even existed a couple of years ago. I have not seen that. I would love it if they did a retro VHS tape for 2018 Suspiria. It probably exists. There are a lot of people who do the custom tapes, either the shells like this. A lot of people do regular slips like this. I see them posted all the time. And they're for movies that never had a VHS release. Like, they are designed by these people and released by these people, and they're fantastic. So I'll definitely keep an eye out, because I'm sure that someone would do that. Really like that Robert Englund Phantom in the Opera movie. I might have to check it out. Let's go, Leo. Okay, so Melissa and Leo, they're gonna fight. I don't condone violence, but fight. Amityville Horror 2. I have not seen this since I was a child. I remember it terrified me, because I didn't realize that the family is going to die, even though it's about the family that dies. I was watching a ghost movie and then watched like someone murder his entire family, and I was just like, I don't hear the thunder. But I did not understand. And I just thought that this cover was beautiful. I was at a punk rock flea market, which I mentioned in like half my videos, because that's where I got a lot of these tapes. I saw this and was like, I have to have it. So I don't even own the first one on VHS. Shawshank Redemption. I've never seen it. I've never seen Shawshank Redemption. This was on my list. I was gonna do like a sad movie September. I was thinking of doing like movies that like make you cry, right? And calling it Sad Movie September. And the only one that I can think of was this. And then Practical Magic, because I feel like it's like a drama comedy or something. And again, it's got Sandra Bullock crying in it, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and that's my kryptonite. So maybe we'll still do a sad movie September. I have a lot of stuff lined up for August leading into September. So we'll see if we can do that. If I hadn't already seen this movie, then Steel Magnolias would be my sad movie September, because this movie is fantastic and I still quote it all the time. Love Steel Magnolias. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not paying attention. That's A. These are S. There we go. Let's go Leo. Okay. Oh my God. I love Return to Oz. Yes. Princess Mumby. Oh my gosh. Let me put my face on. Yes, I used to have nightmares. The Dorothy girl, that whole thing. The Gnome King. I got a copy of Return to Oz that was like, it was not even in a case. And I put it on my computer because eventually I was like, I'm gonna do a modern trailer for it. And I was it on like Disney Plus is where I finally was like, I'm gonna it popped up and I was like, oh my God, I'm watching this. And I was terrified. I remember it was scary back in the day, but you would expect that you'd watch it and go, oh, it's not as scary now. No, it's scary. Leo, you keep, you're at work, go back to work. Thank you very much. Leo is like pumping out these super thanks. Now I was talking to, let's say Austin. Kyle, on Instagram. So my name is Kyle on Instagram, and if he jumps on here, it's Myers Toast 78 is his Instagram, but we talk all the time now. And he had mentioned that did he have it or he saw it or he owned it, but it was Star Trek First Contact. And I just got the 4K like weeks ago. I think it was like Orbit DVD, or I think it was Orbit DVD was having a sale or something. And I saw it and I was like, I'm not a Star Wars person. I'm barely a Star Trek person, but I lean more into Star Trek because that's what I watched when I was younger. And that movie was a favorite of mine. And so I got the 4K. It is beautiful. Bonus features for days. But then it was funny that he brought up the tape. And then I went to Goodwill a couple days later and boom, they had the tape. And again, Goodwill, guys, it says $1.99. Gotta go to Goodwill. S. Steel Magnolias, the locker room scene. Oh yeah, that locker room scene. Love Story, Terms of Endearment, Fried Green Tomatoes, Steel Magnolias. Are the four cornerstone, oh my God, 4 corner classics of Hollywood sad movie. Okay. I'm going to forget this. And I don't know how to make these comments not disappear. So what happens is this video will just get reposted. Like it'll just go back to my page, but all of your comments go away, which is why I'm reading them out loud or attempting to read them out loud. If anyone knows how to fix that, let me know. Austin says, James, let's do a horror movie live stream. Oh my God. Yes. Austin, you're watching. Thank you. Is that why I thought Austin? I said Austin, but I was thinking of Kyle in here. Hell yeah, that'd be fun. So Austin and I are going to do a live stream. Jenny says, hey. Yaz says, I'm here. Do we know what movie you're doing this Saturday? Oh, okay. So do you guys actually, does anyone know what movie I'm doing this Saturday? If you do, put it in the comments. I mean, I know what I just finished editing it today. I'll announce it at the end. Don't worry, just in case no one gets it. P.S. I Love You is a great sad film. Okay, that one too. When you saw me, guys, I do this before. I was taking a picture of the comments so I can remember these sad movies. We're thinking of doing a sad movie September for movie reactions, everyone. Horror movie live stream. Yes, of course I'm watching. The Color Purple is a great one. Now, I've seen parts of The Color Purple. I've seen the musical multiple times and can't remember the last time. That show is incredible on every level. writing, acting, the singing, it is The Color Purple was the best show I've ever seen on Broadway. Period. 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 Obviously, there are other amazing shows, Beetlejuice or Wicked or whatever. These are great shows, but Color Purple was like next level, like levels and levels and levels above. So I've seen clips of the movie. You hear that weird sound my throat just made? That's fun. You're welcome. So I'm not sure if I should watch it. I should just watch it. I was going to say I'm not sure how I would feel having seen the musical already, but it's like a staple. I need to watch it. I also have more sad movie suggestions. Mask. I haven't seen Mask since I was a child. Cher's in that movie. And then that guy, he has prosthetics on, but he's the guy who originally was in Back to the Future. Is that the same guy? And then they recast him. They fired him because he's like, this is a serious movie. They're like, no, this is a comedy. Ordinary People. Beaches I've never seen. 6 Weeks. Never seen that. All your comments disappear. I went to your 2 other live videos just now, and they have the live chat on the side. Really? So like this chat is in the video while you're watching? That's amazing. I didn't know that. I went to go the last week when I was doing my live. After it ended, it like didn't say it ended, so I was like, oh crap! And I went to go look at it, and there was nothing. It sounds like gunshots. It's just gunshots, fireworks. Eric Stoltz, yes, he was dating Cher when they were filming Mask. Weird, doesn't he play her son? Okay, thank you, Zach, for checking. I love you for that. So apparently these chats do stay, so I guess I don't need to read them all out. Color Purple on Broadway, unforgettable. Yes, so I saw it a couple times, and I was actually at the last show, the last showing, the last performance of Color Purple. Gayle King showed up. The Clintons were there, so everyone was like, Hillary had just lost the election, but it was amazing, period, because I'd already seen it a couple times before that. But the fact that it was the last show, everyone went like so big, like the audience was standing the whole time. It was remarkable. And when the first time we saw it, it was Jennifer Hudson in one of the main roles. The final performance, it was Jennifer Holliday, which is funny because Jennifer Hudson and Jennifer Holliday both played the same character in Dreamgirls. Anyway, sorry, side note, ADHD. So Jennifer Holliday and Cynthia Erivo, 2 of the leads in Color Purple the musical, just went off on like a 9-minute riff at the end of the show. It was fantastic. Eric Stoltz, yes, the live chat show in real time when you watch, not in the bottom comment section. Thank you, Garcia. You know I'm stupid. Am I alone thinking that Christopher Robin movie was sad? I started watching it and I was getting teary-eyed and I didn't finish it. That would be one I'd love to watch, because I thought that what Pooh and them looked like was so adorable and sad. I was getting into that movie and loving it, and then I never got to finish it. On your phone, there should be a live chat button, which is separate. That's why. The movie I really need to finally see is Dancer in the Dark. I believe I watched that, or I watched parts of that in college in a film class. And I remember being heartbroken. And I know why. I remember the plot device that I don't think I should watch it again, but I remember just being like really, really sad. These chats are flying, you guys. I love this. I hope I'm not skipping any. Losing your inner child as you grow older. Yeah, it's that part. Okay, another sad film. Oh, the chat's moving. Where did it go? Another sad film. Tale of Princess Kaguya. Looks like watercolor Japanese ink painting. Ooh, that sounds beautiful. Christopher Robin's great movie. Okay, so Christopher. Oh, where the wild things are. I'm a big, the whole like loss of childhood thing hits hard to me for some reason. My favorite Disney movie, 2 of my favorite Disney movies, Fox and the Hound, and Peach Dragon. The remake is fantastic too, but the original Peach Dragon, and it's a lot of like the loss of your childhood. So Melissa, don't hate me. I haven't seen Where the Wild Things Are. Oh no, our Melissa, you be starting fights. So Melissa has to fight Leo. Now we got to schedule a fight with Austin. This is a lot, you guys. Suspenseful yet heartbreaking movie, Tale of Two Sisters. Never heard of it. Korean film, probably fantastic. America remade it. Okay, don't tell me. Haven't seen Where the Wild Things. Okay, these are going in my list right now. Where the Wild Things Are. Whenever I tell you guys I have a list, I literally mean, where's my list start? So this is like, it says January, February, April, May. I put a Pride month section. So next year we'll do some Pride videos because the whole month happened. And I was like, crap, I was focused on Father's Day and prom and stuff. June, July, August. If you see August says Chucky season 2, keep an eye out. Because then season 3 comes out and keep an eye out for that too, probably. September, October, November, December. And then there's this, which is just more. Okay. Where the Wild Things Are. Yes, I do talk to text still. What did we just say? We said Christopher Robin. I'll leave that open. It's not listening, right? I hate when it keeps listening to me. Christopher Robin, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Don't hate me. Yeah, they're going to fight. I forgot those two are fighting. Austin. Melissa's fighting everyone. That's me. The next live is Melissa fights all. Haven't seen Where the Wild Things Are. The book as a kid, scary. Original Peach Dragon is one of the greatest camp films ever made. I don't think it was purposely being campy, but it's very Disney. It's very live action Disney, which was very over the top, silly and dumb, right? Like every adult, Mickey Rooney is like drunk the whole time. But yeah, if I'm ever having like a very, very, very bad day, like my boyfriend knows if I am like on the couch watching Peach Dragon, he's like, it was a bad day. I was like, yeah, it was a bad day. You can only watch it once because it tears your heart to tears every time. Oh, Hai Chi. Man, I'm gonna have to look back at all these comments. There's so many. I love that you guys are giving me all these ideas. Okay. Really wanted to see Train to Busan. You haven't seen Train to Busan? Watch Train to Busan. Who said that? Nick, watch it. The main guy's daughter crying and wait, really wanted to see Train to Busan, but I'm not sure I can handle the main guy's daughter crying and saying goodbye to him. Oh, you have seen it. Yeah, oh my gosh, that ending. That movie is so good. It's crazy because it's also very like stereotypically, like you have the asshole character who's like, I'm not gonna, like that guy, the business guy on the train who like purposely like tries to block them all out. Like there's some of the characters are very by the numbers, but in the best ways, not an insult. That movie is fantastic. Open challenge, fair warning. I love wrestling. Melissa's going to take you all down. All of you will fall. I forgot that we're doing VHS tape movies. Sphere, underrated. Who was I talking to? Was it anyone in here? They were talking about Sphere, about how underrated it is. Because it is. This movie's fantastic. Dana, was you? Ron. Dana, Ron. Is your first name Dana or is your first name Ron? I'm not going to continue until you tell me. Or neither. But it was you in the comments. Yes. Dana. Hi, Dana. So, am I saying it right? Is it Dana? It's not Donna. Donna, but D-A-N-A? It looks like Dana. Hi. So, Sphere. We were discussing how, what was the other movie we were talking about? My memory is so bad. It's Dana. Good. The Abyss. It was The Abyss that you mentioned. So we're saying like people go crazy for The Abyss, which is fine. That's a great movie, right? It's very well made and it's interesting and stuff. And it's a great idea, but Sphere is like next level scary. Like this movie scared me as a kid. I think it still holds up very well as being a total creep fest. The whole like Harry is Jerry, Jerry is Harry situation. If you haven't seen Sphere, see it. It's based on a book. If I read the book first. The book was written by Michael Crichton, the guy who did Jurassic Park, right? We've got Jason Takes Manhattan. This cover is beautiful. I'm a sucker for oranges and blues, I've discovered. So if you go to my Instagram page, my aesthetic, oh, yes, it's the Event Horizon Under the Water. Event Horizon, but you are in the sea. And it's got amazing actors in it. Speaking of the ocean, Jason Takes Manhattan. But if you go to my Instagram page, you'll see a lot of like oranges and blues. It took me a long time to realize that's my aesthetic. That's my favorite thing. And then one of the first movies we talked about, I'm wearing the shirt, Jaws. The Jaws. This is the special collector's edition of Jaws. Jay. That's all of them, right? These are extra slips. We'll do another day that's just merch. So y'all, we separated them. This is what happened last time. We organized them together, and then I'll put them on the shelves after, because that's not going to be as interesting to watch. So we're going to wrap this up in a minute. Remember the Lion King VHS tape that showed the preview Pocahontas, which was just basically the entire scene of Colors of the Wind. New, like, that's like a core memory unlocked. Yes. Wow. Yes, I remember that. Icons only. Yeah, okay, good. I'm an icon. I love that. He called me an icon. It's not a sad film, but great holiday horror. Home for the Holidays. Very young, but super young Sally Field. Oh, never heard of that. Dana agrees. Home for the Holidays is so good. It's going on the list. This holiday season is kind of, but maybe I'll still do it as like a sad movie September. I don't know. Home for the Holidays. December is stacked. Like there's nothing, there's no room for anything in did I say September? I meant December. December is stacked. The entire month of December is all of the Silent Night, Deadly Night sequels. So just so you know now, let's go over the lineup that is definite. It's because we asked earlier, what is the next movie? What's this week's movie reaction? I don't think anyone actually said it. I announced it at the end of the Pearl movie reaction. It is Night of the Comet. I believe it's 1984. Night of the Comet is this Saturday's movie reaction. The weekend after that is going to be Hatchet. So that is the original Hatchet film. The weekend after that, July is like in the bag, like definite. This is the schedule. The weekend after that is Piranha 3 Double D. Because Melissa, so much fun. You're the booker for my match. Stop. Melissa, thank you. I appreciate you so much. So now it has to happen. Now it's a like a paid preview event. Where's my Ready to Rumble tape? This arm is Melissa, and these two are everyone else. So I love that. I just watched the Silent Night sequels last December, and honestly, they were fun. Initiation is bonkers. So that's what I've heard, Zach. So I've heard that because everyone's like, you have to watch Silent Night, Deadly Night 2. And I did. I watched Silent Night, Deadly Night 2, making sure my laptop's not dying. We'll wrap this up because it is dying. So I watched the first movie last, like 2 Decembers ago. We get thunderstorms. So 2 Decembers ago, I watched Silent Night, Deadly Night. And that reaction's on this channel. The weekend after, or a couple weeks after, I watched the Silent Night, period, which is the remake, Silent Night. Watched that. Didn't like it. Despicable characters, that whole situation. You can watch that reaction, though, because I think it was fun. Like, the reaction's fun, not the movie. And then I took a year off from holiday movies, right? Because there's a year between Christmases. So this past holiday season, we watched Silent Night, Deadly Night 2. So if you want to check that out, if you haven't already, please do. And we also watched the Christmas Bloody Christmas, but Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 we watched. This December, I was like, you know what? We're just going to go big or go home. Where is it? Is it here? It's somewhere. I saw this at the Archive. The Archive is in Connecticut. It's the video storefront for vinegar syndrome. Sorry, I don't know how to talk ever. If you water, that's why. If you ever buy a movie from Vinegar Syndrome, which you should, because the releases are amazing. I was gonna say this is not one, right? This is Shot Factory, I think. Oh, Veston. Huh. Anyway, they have a storefront called the Archive, and they sell tapes and DVDs and their own movies, also like their own releases, but tons of other stuff. But they had this, and it is Silent Night, Deadly Night, which you can get elsewhere as well. 3, 4, and 5. So the fact that we've watched the original, we've watched the second, we've watched the remake this December, you're getting 3, 4, and 5. That's definite. Halloween season, Terrifier and Terrifier 2. That's definite. And Practical Magic. That was on my list last year, and a bunch of stuff got pushed. I forgot what reaction like went wrong or went bad and delayed everything. Halloween Ends was a big issue, but I think it was maybe it was Halloween Ends. It got like copyright strikes a bunch. I had to keep editing it, chopping it down and chopping it down and chopping it down. And so it pushed out Practical Magic. This year, it's not getting pushed out. We are watching Practical Magic. That's definitely happening. But my August is pretty much wide open. You have the whole schedule for July. You know what we're watching in October. Some of the movies, the Terrifier movies, Practical Magic, and you know December, but all the stuff in between is still up in the air, and that's why I need you to pay attention to the polls that I post here, but mostly on Instagram. I haven't looked at the comments in a minute. I'm sorry. Ever seen the 70s Silent Night, Deadly Night? Oh, that's what we're talking about. Wait, the 70s Silent Night, Deadly Night. Is there another? Because that was from the 80s. Is there one from the 70s? If so, I have not seen that. I've seen the 80s one. I bought the DVD for that movie, Silent Night, Bloody Night. I don't know that one, but I haven't watched it yet. I watched I'm Sorry for You. Will you consider doing Violet Night? I wanted to do that one last year too. The holiday season, because I work in retail, the holidays are like not a time that I can sit and watch movies. So when I do Silent Night 3, 4, and 5, it'll likely be filmed in November, and it'll likely be filmed like 3 days in a row, so that because it'll take me that much time to be able to post them for December, because it's so bad, you guys. It is so bad. I'm always understaffed as well. I'm a manager, so when everyone calls out we're understaffed, it's James going to work. So, and then the very last video of the year, like my New Year's themed video, because I love doing this, I loved it last year, is going to be a ranking of the movie reaction. So we'll take every movie that we watched this year, and I will rank like my top 10 and like my bottom like 3 or something. When a Stranger, yes, August, When a Stranger Calls double feature. Yes, that is happening. That is definitely happening. Would you consider Violent Night? I do want to see, so I'd love to do that. Blu release is honestly amazing. Okay, so maybe Violent Night. If I can get to do it this year, I will, because that looked like a lot of fun and I wanted to. Made a boo boo. It's called Silent Night, Bloody Night, not Devil. Oh, okay, got you. Practical Magic is also based on a great book. Oh, the books are usually always better. My ADHD does not, allow me to like read properly. Like when I read The Shining, is it in here? No. When I read The Shining, it took me, I think, 2 years to read, but maybe 4 days. So I sat down 4 times and read the first quarter, and then the next quarter, and then the next quarter, and then the final quarter of that book. But those 4 days were spaced out about 2 years, because my brain is always like pew, 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 and it's very seldom I can like turn off my brain. Nick had a comment, but it was retracted. Sorry for whatever that was. Original Town That Dreaded Sundown. I've asked people, and they were like, no, don't watch it. Because then there is a sequel, remake, requel, something that I haven't seen either. But that's been like a question mark on my list for a while, because I would like to watch that movie at some point too. Basically, with my work schedule, I can only barely have time to do one reaction a week. which kind of bums me out because I also wanted to do a lot more rankings. I want to do more modern trailers. I love doing, I had an idea for drunk history videos where I basically would just like down a glass of wine, maybe two, and then run through like the premise of a movie with you all. It would be edited. It would be like as if you're watching an episode of Drunk History, but it would be, Scream, Drunk History of Scream, Drunk History of Halloween. So there are things I really want to do. And I want to get to those things, and hopefully I do. I have to find more time though. Practical Magic. The book was great. My son and I have ADHD too. Pew, pew, pew. We either devour books or it takes us a couple of years. Yeah, yes. Because when I told my sister that I read The Relic in like a couple days, she was like, because she knows that my brain is like, I was like, no, like I couldn't put that book down. The Shining was a great read, but I still like after day one was only, a quarter of the way through. I also am dyslexic, so I have to read stuff twice. Blair Witch Project and its 2016 sequel. I haven't seen the Blair Witch in a couple of years. Many years, actually. I haven't seen the original sequel since it came out. Because I remember watching it and being like, I don't think I ever need to watch that again. And I never saw Blair Witch, which was the 2016 one. My boyfriend watched it and said it was great. Have you seen Xmas, the Christmas thriller, while she was out with Kim Basinger? No. She's trapped in a forest with 4 gang members trying to get her during the Christmas season. No, I've never even heard of that before. Barbara Steele is the best. I went bananas when she showed up in Piranha. Oh, Piranha 1 and 2. Those were going to be a double feature. That wouldn't be till next year, though, probably. Since I'm doing Piranha 3 Double D this year, Piranha and Piranha 2 was going to be a double feature weekend for like next year. Yes, I agree. Okay. Listen, everyone. If you watch the movie reactions, you know that this room gets very hot and I don't have the air conditioner on because of the sound issues that it causes, but I'm starting to sweat. So I have absolutely loved chatting with everyone. Have you done Terrifier 1 and 2? No, Nick, I'm doing those this October. That is one of my definitely happening. Terrifier 1 and 2. They're 100% October. But since I'm starting to sweat, we're gonna wrap this up. I'm not gonna put these on the shelf now. What I'll do is I'll take these off and I'll put the VHS tapes up tomorrow or the next day or something. And then next week, we're gonna do the DVDs. So next week will be DVDs. Another week we'll do merch. Maybe one day I'll have you guys just clean with me. Like, this is fun. I love that you're all a part of this room becoming my happy place. So I appreciate you all very, very much. To everyone that did the super chats, the super thanks, I appreciate you. You really have no idea. That's actually incredible. I hope you all can tune in for when Melissa fights everyone, because that's going to be fantastic. Cool off. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you very much. Happy to have caught alive, James. Yes. So I'm kind of liking Mondays. We did this last Monday, I believe, and I had a blast. I didn't work today. I was off today. Somehow, I don't know how I got that swung that, but I'm thinking like Mondays are a thing. Works for me. I think that's it. Thank you all very much. I feel like you all already are subscribed. If you're not, please do. Click the links down below. There's still the 4K giveaway going on. There's a 4K giveaway going on. The link is in the description. And there's the other 4K giveaway that's on my Instagram. So the 4K giveaway on YouTube is for a 4K of Cabin in the Woods and a bunch of merch and stickers and things. The one on Instagram is for a 4K copy. I'm looking for it like as if it's around someplace. A 4K copy of The Thing. So if you want to win either or both, enter those. I am so happy I did this. Thank you all for helping me organize these, and I'm going to see you all next week. I'm going to hit end, and I'm probably going to keep talking because I forget when to turn it off. Bye, guys. Oh, see, it's end, and it's like, are you sure? Yes, now I'm sure. Okay.